Doug, here's what I invite you to do. Watch this video, but if you have to, watch it 50 seconds at a time, 2 minutes at a time, 5 minutes at a time. But all my videos are long.
I'm gonna mute you, and then when you get settled in, I'll get you going. So I'm gonna mute you right now, and I'll see you in a minute. So yeah, so that's kind of the, let me get back on here. Where am I? There I am. So yeah, well, Doug gets settled. You know, at the end of the day, we meet every week. You know, we put together this 90-day process, and we're really putting it together because Doug's true passion is to really have a spot for his videos. You know, over the last few months, he's really been putting a lot of time into creating video, a lot of time into you know, connecting with his passion of trucking and Tokyo, Japan travel. So that's what we're sharing, and that's how this is going. And it takes, to build anything, it takes a plan, a blueprint, and it takes a momentum, a time to create momentum. So within this 90 days that Doug and I are working on this channel together, we're really launching this channel. We're not fooling around here. We're making content, we're creating ideas. We have, hey, this is really what we need to do. Value being at the top of that list. You know, you got to offer value. So that's where we're at right now. We're putting together some valuable content for people who might want to learn about trucking, learn about traveling, learn about how you can make more money and travel and save money. You know, like Doug travels around the country basically in his truck, and it's, you know, he's not paying a dime. You know, the company takes care of that. So think about traveling like that. Even if you did that for a year or two, you'd see more places than most see in their life. Doug, looks like you're settled there, my friend. Would you like to, here, I'm gonna unmute you. I can't hear you yet. You gotta unmute.
How about now?
Yep, you're good. All right.
Okay, we might hear
please try to understand that I know we live in a TikTok world. You look at the average Geico commercial, it's 34 seconds. And with TikTok Shop, look at, wow, my friend Brian's making $100,000 a month. And Brian Sandy moved from Texas to all places they could move to was Chandler, which is basically Phoenix. And what was funny for me personally, since I lost my job with Knight Transportation November 5, 2021, which is almost 4 years ago, unexpectedly, as Matthew McConaughey, one of my virtual mentors, has said, it was a major red light that stopped me in my tracks. It did, because I love Knight Transportation. Look, I'm still wearing the t-shirts. I have a band that says Knight Transportation, I made the right choice or a smart choice. Because my friend, Sophia Rashkin, who's another whole story. See, man, You are the. See, you can't see yourself like I see you.
I can't. Yeah, I don't know that anyone. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm telling you, bro. How's things with your girlfriend in the studio?
Good, really good. Yeah,
Now we only have a few minutes together.
Yeah.
Tell me what's your typical. You work here.
Yeah.
When do you go to the studio?
Let's see. So I do about 4 days here, about 8 hours a day, and then I usually.
Yeah, this is a magic. Well, I just came out the back door.
I know.
I can't film you in the restaurant.
Was this your build? Where?
This is the back door, bro.
Nice. There you go.
I'm just telling you, hello, my friend. Someday, some way, come up to my studio.
Hell yeah.
Take like half an hour. We could do off-duty shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, tell me about. So you work here 8 hours a day?
Yeah. So I'm usually here, and anytime I'm not here, I'm making
In
music
studio.
in a studio.
So it's like you. Anytime I'm not driving for Lyft,
Yeah.
I'm fucking making videos.
Yeah. Very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar. And I feel like you have to.
You understand? Don't you
You
think
have to
I'm
do it, son.
a pretty cool dude for 70?
You're pretty cool. Man.
Now, what do you think?
70 is great. I don't think it doesn't seem like you're 70.
No, I'm not 70.
No.
Now, I shaved my beard.
Yeah.
Do I look different?
A little bit.
Now, do you think I look younger?
Definitely younger. Yeah. But honestly, you still didn't look. You didn't look 70 with the beard. Even.
But
the beard.
don't you think I look like a cool dude with my beard? I look
You
like
do look cool with the beard. You look cool with the beard and without the beard.
one of those ZZ Top. Do you remember the ZZ
Yeah,
Top?
ZZ Top, yeah.
I convinced these Russian dudes. I'm a retired ZZ Top dude.
No
I'm just
way.
driving Lyft for the hell of it. And I had him open up ZZ Top with a guy with the beard. I said, I'm just a millionaire. I just drive for Lyft for the hell.
Do they believe you?
Yeah, they believe me.
Awesome. I love that. That's so funny.
Just spontaneous. I was up
You
going
need to
to.
get one of the hats that they had. Didn't they
Yeah.
have hats and stuff?
Yeah, you know, remember the ZZ Top?
Oh yeah, dude. I love them. Yeah,
They were a cool dude.
Well, what's that song?
They had a
Sharp
lo-
Dressed Man was one
Yeah.
of their songs. Yeah.
Doug Wirma, I am taking this on the balcony of the condo I've rented for the Empower Network event that it's actually Tuesday the 23rd, so I'm leaving tomorrow, so I wanted to take this opportunity with the backdrop of downtown Denver behind me. She's with the Millionaires League, and they're just awesome. And I have Tian, who just came in from Australia, so I just wanted them to share a few words about being here at the event.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, take it away.
Yes. Hi, my name is Marina. I come from Portugal and I don't speak English very well, but I'm going to do my best. I come from Portugal. I crossed the ocean to be here. I'm just jet lag. So I'm glad to be here. I like Doug very much.
I'm actually just doing a quick video, you guys, just really quick. Tian, both of you guys just came all the way from Australia.
Feel that for a second. Take that in. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. I 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 can do this. Whose time is it? Whose time is it? It's your time, people. It's your time to do this. You've got this intention now, it is clear. You've got this intention now, it is set. You've got this intention now. One thing that you know that you need to do when you leave here, it is your time to do that. It is your time to crush it. It is your time to take it to the next level. It is your time to step into your passion, your purpose. It's your time to perform at your optimal level. It is your time to step into an existence that you didn't even know existed.
Well, I don't know who you are. Whoever you are watching this video and wherever you are in the world, if you want to make more money on the internet, join. Just do it. Because
we help them build their income, right? And so if they don't get started right now, somebody else like you could come in and they could lose out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how could they lose out?
You know, you're talking about with the timer.
Yeah, we're talking about like this is actually urgent. Like the clock is ticking. There are people on this video. They could actually lose out.
Well, every second that somebody's joining, they're not ending up in your business. You know? While other people that are watching this that clicked on the button before you, they're not in your business now because they joined before you. Whereas if you were to have clicked and typed really, really quickly, you know, they could end up in your team and you could earn commissions. And so they'll miss money.
So you've had situations like that. I had, for example, in February, and this is just one example, right? No matter what month you're seeing this, we're doing this all the time.
The more of us in this group, the more the collective, the more the tide rises all boats, the more that self-education continues to become the new norm. And remember, there are people out there that can only learn from you, that can only hear it from you. So there's no competition because they can't learn it from anybody else but you. Charlene, I love this community too. Thank you for being here on a Monday. All right, one more thing I wanted to share with you talking about events. We had the World Summit a few weeks ago. I think it was the best one we've ever done. If you were at the World Summit, you could drop again, try to get that memory, that feeling back of how amazing it was. But we did something, I want to share something. We did something silly. We didn't put an order page up. We didn't sell tickets. We made the World Summit a part of, if you were at the Game Has Changed.
Note the date, December 7th, 2012. This is Sophia and I and her husband Aaron at the Day in the Office. They're at their Day in the Office home in Denver, Colorado. Before becoming a shaman and a channel, this was the Day in the Office. I-419, 2023, about 4 years after I came back from Brazil. Sophia and Aaron's best team happened to be from Portugal. They spoke fluent Portuguese. I'm a 16th Street Mall shuttle driver. Have a good day. Have a good day.
You too. You have a good day.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Bye. I'm going to film you leaving.
Okay.
Hey, dude. What's up? Do you think anyone's here? Oh, well, if someone's here or not, we're just going to keep going, dude. This is Sari with her little doggy. She was, this photo was the reason why I chose her as an Airbnb house. She had a beautiful place, 50-minute train ride south of Tokyo. And we ultimately became really good friends.
Good. Okay, sit down. Sit down. Good, good. Good, good, good. Sit down. Down. Okay. And okay. Okay, go, 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 go.
Dogs are just like, like little kids sometimes.
Okay, okay, sit down. Okay. And touch. Okay? High five. High five. Okay, go, 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 go.
Good.
So that's big lettering. Big, isn't that big?
More pictures, Saudi, and of all of us at a meetup down at the beach. And this is on the subway. I had an awesome time in Japan. This Saudi made me breakfast every morning. It's part of her Airbnb experience. She loved cooking, we had morning conversation. I'd walk down to Starbucks, come back for a wonderful Japanese breakfast every morning. Fuji.
てこっちに下ろすようにしてで今両方のその長さを揃えてるんですよ。でそれでここからこの前緩いパーマかけて次すごいグレングレのパーマを次かけて量減らしてっていうのを
Story I call driving to Tokyo. Now, it seems like my audience is not Sylvia or Chikako or family members or my sisters. Well, certainly not my father because he's passed away, sadly, and regretfully I lost my father March 17th. But it seems like my audience are the people I'm going to meet today and every day with my Lyft business. One by one, they're becoming subscribers, but I want to highlight one by one.
I remember once I had hair. It was back a few decades ago. If I had 10 wishes, that'd be one of my wishes. I had hair. I miss shampooing it, cutting it.
But you actually have.
Yeah, way back.
No, like 3 days ago, you had like.
Well, I had it on the side.
Much was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, my beard was. I think I should have almost kept it because my beard gets pretty thick in about 3 weeks.
Like forest.
What's that?
Like forest. Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's not tamed. I look like I don't know. I look like a mountain man or something.
And you got enrolled in the Mastermind business system, we gave you a ticket. And there was, over 14,000 of you registered, over 10,000 at the event. And silly, we didn't open up an order page for everybody else. And the number one request we got after, especially when everybody was going crazy in the chat, was, why didn't you invite us? Why couldn't we come? So we decided as a team to do something pretty special. Above, there's a link, kbbevent.com. Now, if you came to the World Summit, it's going to be just like that. So you already got the experience. If you want to go again, fantastic. But it's a similar experience. But we decided to do a 3-day event in September. The dates are above. They're actually, I'll put the dates above, but they're on the link. Click the link. If you weren't at the World Summit and you would like that experience, we are doing it because there's no replay, right? We don't give out the replay to the World Summit. It happens once a year, but we want you to have the same experience. So kbbevent.com, and here's what we've done: is if you know anything, that the World Summit ticket is a $497 ticket. We've sold out for years, but for the Mastermind family only, for the first 1,000 tickets, we're going to do it for $97, just to say sorry. We messed up.
Shifting gears, this is my 1 terabyte phone. And I'm going through some heavy duty frustration, growing pains. And I wanted to attempt to share to you. I'm gonna say you could be nobody here, because if I talk to this camera and I make this video, and I get no views and nothing happens, then I'm, in essence, talking to myself.
We all lit up and pretty lively. But I'm going to walk over to where, now Chikako doesn't like me taking videos of her or pictures, which is a bummer because I like to do that for my memory. But we're going to go out for a steak dinner and hang out for probably 4 or 5 hours together, and that'll be the only time I see her the whole time. And even though she's probably my best friend because we have so much history together, but this is a ticket counter.
Hey, this is Doug. It's late night, October 18th. This is a photo of my mom's retirement home, where I've been seeing her every day since September 24th. I was loading boxes for the last couple weeks, loading them, bringing them to the house here. And my mom's 90 plus years old. This is the photo inside her retirement home. And I've been helping her basically make the transition from the retirement home back home. She's been there 4 months. And this is, by the way, the Tokyo Shinjuku station where this is about a 10-minute video where I was talking about how you can load your Pasmo card or Suica card into your phone and basically make it easy on yourself. So if you're in Japan and one of the largest, well, basically anywhere. And for those of you that know, I went to Japan 5 times in 2 years. And not just 5 quick trips. First one was October 2017. October 2017, after I'd been driving for night transportation 5 years, and I had 3 weeks paid vacation, I flew to Japan. The first time I drove my Lexus ES350 from Phoenix, basically all the way to Southern California, parked it at the LAX airport, and flew on American Air. And I booked about 8 Airbnbs, and I primarily went there to see 2 of my friends that I made in Denver, Takako and Chikako. Chikako actually was my best friend in Denver for 5 years. Then I didn't hear from her for 4 years. And then she called me out of the blue one time when I was up in Seattle, Washington in my truck. And she said she was coming back from Okinawa to Denver. And I told her I'm no longer in Denver. I'm actually now in Arizona. But I told her about the 3-bedroom, 2-bath house I had, and I was only home 4 days out of the month. And I said, when you come back to Denver, if it doesn't work out, I have an extra bedroom, and I've always dreamed of you meeting my mother and father. And she thought about it for a whole year, and then she said, yes. So I flew to Denver. We picked up basically I drove her Chevy Cavalier, 2005 Cavalier, from Denver down 25, cut the diagonal over to 10 through Tucson, and we took the exit 200 with the Loves and Petro and drove to the house. And then she had her stuff moved, and ultimately she did meet my mother, my father, my sister Kathy, my whole family, and she lived with me for 2 years in Arizona City, Arizona. But then she decided to go back with her 2 dogs, Mocha and Chewy, back to Tokyo, where she moved in with her mother, and that's where she's been. But I would end up seeing her 5 times. But the odd thing is, I only saw her 1 day. And the last time I was there, for example, from October 2019 to December 18th, 2019, I was there 2 full months, but I only saw her 1 day. The rest of the time, I was traveling around the country on bullet trains mostly, but I had made so many friends. I had more friends in Japan than I did back home. Of course, Arizona City had a population of 9,000 people out in the middle of nowhere. If you're not familiar, Arizona City is exit 200 between Phoenix and Tucson. And anyway, that's what Chicago have in common. So just literally yesterday morning, I think it was, I was with my mom, and I was going out to get the car to move some paintings, and my sister Janet and her 2 sons walked by, and they were not, it was unexpected. I almost walked right by them, and she said, my sister Janet said, you ought to come up and see Mom. So I went up, and my sister Janet and my 2 nephews came all the way from San Diego. They drove about 5 or 6 hours, and they came to tell my mom, who's 90, that my sister Kathy, who's younger than I am, had just passed away the night before. It was a complete shock. For those of you who probably don't know my whole family, I have my mother and father. They were both married right out of high school, but my father passed away just shy of 91, March 17th, 2024. And my mom and dad had been married since high school, so that was about 1 year and 7 months ago. So this came as a complete shock for my poor mom. And I was in the process of moving her out of the retirement home and into the home where I am right now. So I just talked to my mom today, and we're going to still go forward. So it's my story driving to Tokyo took a radical shift, and my driving to Tokyo story, I guess you could say it's been happening for, I don't know when I would say the origins of it were, but I guess you could say January 2009 when I took a one-way train ticket to Southern California and met my then 75-year-old dad was the origins. But my driving to Tokyo story does have to do with driving. 13 years of driving a truck, but taxi cab driving, and also definitely driving to Tokyo has to do with Tokyo. And this Shinjuku station, if you're not familiar with Japan, it's a pretty awesome place. And now it's been 6 years since I went to Japan and 4 years since I drove a truck. And now that my sister passed away, there's just so much going on. But nevertheless, I'm documenting everything. But I like doing flashbacks because I believe photographs and videos do a more awesome job of telling a story, both present and flashbacks. And I believe that videos are very powerful with a little narration, and even if you're flashing back and talking about something completely not in the same time zone or time frame, I think it's kind of cool. From 5 a.m. until 10 o'clock at night. And I just did my laundry. Now, for the time being, I put my bed just flat like it was in my apartment with the stand. I have my TV stand and my flat screen TV, a dolly, a couple pieces of luggage, massage table, and just some few things I'm going to organize. And I just did my laundry right now, mixing things I've seen many, many times. What Tony Robbins teaches is that's often what stops people from even starting, is getting overwhelmed with what they need to do to have the huge breakthrough result. So they never even start. And what Tony teaches, you start with one. So if you're one person, it will make a difference to, that's awesome. But what's interesting with TikTok and social media, what I'm learning just in the last, since I went to Brian Sandy's place last night, I've been playing around with TikTok. First of all, I have a lot to learn. Hello, everyone out there listening, audience. This is Adam, and this is Lou.
Hello.
These are very special. I got to try to get them. These are very special people. When I was sleeping in my car 3 years ago, they were my first new best friends, and I was transparent. I told them I was sleeping in my car, and they just loved me for who I was. Nice. An old dude. And Adam,
nice guy. You're nice.
They're like, if I was to have children, they would be my kids. Of course, that's Eric's daughter. She was born when about the time, pretty close when I almost said fluid. I just tell Lou that, but one of my best friends owns Fluid Coffee Bar, but this is St. Mark's. St. Mark's is a special place. They serve coffee and beer. What Starbucks?
Coffee and beer.
And they're open from 6:30 till 10 o'clock at night. And they have dudes like Gino that's been working here like 15 years. And Michael, 20 years. What Starbucks has people working 15 or 20 years and they serve coffee and beer? Anyway, thanks guys.
Love you.
I love these guys. They let me stay after and have, I shouldn't say it. I won't say it. I won't say it.
Don't tell the secret
No. I won't say anything that gets you guys in trouble.
Oh, we can't get in trouble here.
This is regular business hours. I didn't want to get them in trouble. Anyway, thank you.
Love you guys.
Love you. I have a lot to learn. And when I started going through the TikTok app, I was a little frustrated because I don't want to say I've mastered, but I've come a long way from the first time I opened up iMovie, which I'm making this video on with my 1 terabyte phone. I've come a long way, because when I opened up my iMovie, I didn't know what to do. The only way I learned was kind of start playing around with it. Now, I can't even tell you how many videos I've made, including this one. And this one is Friday, the day after I saw my friends Brian and Sandy, and Brian tried to share with me how to get started with TikTok. And at the end of this month, I'm going to be, although it's kind of scary, overwhelmed with a 4-day training. And I already feel like, well, just everything. Driving back and forth to Phoenix every day, an hour there, hour back, hour there, 4 days in a row of driving. And then I don't know if you've ever done something to where I can relate to this myself, because I felt this way, completely different subject. But when I first got dropped off by my 75-year-old father for my advanced truck driving school 10-day training, which was the only first baby step to learn how to drive a truck. And this was, 17 years ago. I can still remember it to this day, even though it was 17 years ago. Completely different subject, but similar, pretty much what I want to communicate. He dropped me off, and what happened was my first company, their proposal was, first, you have to go through advanced truck driving school, and you stay in a motel. And every morning, I still remember this day, it was dark, and there's other fellow students like me. We had breakfast in the morning, and then a van would pick us up, and we'd ride over to Fontana to an advanced truck driving school every day for basically 10 days. And then we start our truck driving school. And I was in a situation where it was sink or swim, that I had to make this happen. And at the time, my parents had a beautiful home up in the mountains where they had retired. And my dad was 75 and I was 55. I'm now 72. And I remember going, and he dropped me off, and then I wouldn't see him again until, actually what happened is I did complete the truck driving school. That was the first step. There are people that failed. In other words, at the end of 10 days, we had to do a pre-trip, we had to do a driving test, and we had to pass truck driving school. And if we didn't, we had one more time to go through it all over again. Otherwise, we failed. But fortunately, I passed. And the second step was 3 days of orientation and another driver's driving test, but with the company that we are contracted with to be hired and drive for, and that was CRST. So that was the second test, 3 days of orientation. And then the third test, and the final one, our trainer took us out for a whole month where things were real. We were gonna drive and go out for a full 30 days, going all over the country with our trainer. And that trainer could literally fail us and say, we're not cut out for this, and fail us. Well, fortunately for me, this kind of goes with what's going on with me right now. I was really motivated because I didn't have a plan B. If I failed, I was in serious trouble financially. I was up against a wall. And my trainer, Frank Ritter, and this is years ago now, this is 2009, specifically around April of 2009. And now it's 2025, getting near the end of October. I think it's October 16th. So my trainer said, I've never had a student so motivated. I said, this has to work. but it was still overwhelming. My head was spinning because he went through everything, way stations, backing, all the things we need to do. And we were with a company that we were doing teams, would be doing teams, traveling all over the country. We could leave LA on Friday and be in upstate New York on Monday. And I ultimately drove 300,000 miles with that company, CRST, and became a trainer myself. Now the proposition, I'll finish with this, with my CRST side of this video and this story. The proposition was, if you as a student stayed employed and completed all those steps and stayed employed by CRST for just 8 months, they were going to waive the $4,000 trucking school. So then therefore you could either stay with CRST or go on to another company. And most students would go on to another company or do local or something else. They just use this as a way to get their foot in the door. Well, I ended up staying with them for 3 years. And at the end of that 3 years, what happened is my parents, how it relates to right now where I'm at in Arizona City, Arizona, my parents drove out to where I am, and specifically across the street, paid cash for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. And when my dad picked me up and brought me up to Big Bear for my 4 days of home time, they said they just got me a house. Initially, they were just gonna get this house and it would be a place to retreat to during the cold months in Big Bear. And it was 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. But they got such a good deal on it, they bought a second one for themselves.
We should have invited everybody. We'll never do that again. I promise you next year. We only do the World Summit once a year. I promise you, we will invite everybody next year. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. And this is how we rectify it. And it's going to be off the charts. Again, if you went to the World Summit, you got the experience. If you want to do it again, love to have you. But this is for all the other Mastermind family members who didn't experience the 3-day where we get things done. It's not just motivation. You guys, if you were there, you know what I'm talking about. We figure out your ideal product. We go deep on an irresistible product. We go deep on who to serve, how to serve, sales. And you got Tony and Nicole and I mean, just an amazing, Lisa Nichols, so many incredible people. Anyway, I just want to say sorry, and to rectify it, you can go for $97. We've never done a ticket like that. That is just for the family members and for the first 1,000 people. So I know most of you, 90% of you here right now went to it, and that's what we love. So if you'd like to get that group experience, if you'd like to stay connected, meet some cool people, hang out for 3 days, commit to it. This is 7-8 hours a day of straight immersiveness to get stuff done. Get next level capabilities, next level clarity, next level confidence, and most of all, next level conviction. So anyway, real simple, no pressure. KBBEvent.com if you want it, go check it out. Otherwise, stay engaged, stay connected, stay plugged in. There's a lot of distractions out there. Believe me, I see it every day. It happens with all of us. This phone could be a distraction. Negative people in your life, a distraction. The freaking news, oh my God, are things crazy right now or what? Scary crazy. And that scary crazy makes me want to work harder and stronger to make sure my family is okay when I'm gone. So I get it. So here's what I'm going to challenge you today. Stay connected. Don't let this dream fade. You have the guide, you have the tools, you have the map, you have the family, you have the team, you have the community, you have our support. You have all you need to move forward. Now stay diligent, stay dedicated, be resourceful, and together there's nothing we can't accomplish. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's do this. We're here for you. Anything we can do, you let us know. And if you want to join us at this event, it's going to be amazing. KBBEvent.com. See you guys.
I had a guy that waited a month to join, right? That he lost, literally, from the work that he did, he would have made in February $5,000 more had he just gotten in earlier in the month. Like, he lost $5,000 more by thinking for a month about spending $47. You know, there's just a funny thing that sometimes people do. If you're watching this, it's not just about the fact that you only have one choice. It's about that the reality is, what's the actual risk to you? The risk is staying the same. The risk is the 40-year plan. I'm gonna go work at a job in a cubicle in a cage. A man is not built to live in a cage. A woman is not built to live in a cage. We're built to be free. The risk is staying in a cubicle, staying in a job, staying in the life that you don't want, and not making the change to have the life that you do want, the life that they've been able to create, the life that I've been able to create. Is it just us, Brian?
No.
No. Like, who are some other people that have succeeded? I mean, we've got them here. Most of the time, people have a video. Why don't we walk around here real quick and just introduce you to some of our members? Hold on. I'll just walk in here real quick. Hey, can you flip the light on here real quick? So I've got a couple members inside here. I don't actually know how to work the lights in Rob's house. Here we go, right? We've got Lawrence.
Hey, how's it going? Hey.
Yeah. Sit down real quick. So this is going to be really quick. We've got some people who are watching online, and they're like, okay, I met Brian and Sandy. You know, they're in the Lifestyle Society, and they're actually, you know, they're part of the TAM team here. So how much have you made as a part of this?
My accountant over there could probably be a more exact.
Yeah. How much have you guys made here?
I just heard you say yesterday we're $2.5 million.
So you guys have made $2.5 million. $2.5 million, and I don't think you were making that before.
No, not as an engineer. No.
You're not. No, so you were an engineer. So you were in a cubicle too.
Dude, cubicle, man. It's the deal.
That we were talking about. That's a cage. It's actually a cage.
A cage would be better than my cubicle because my cubicle was up to my head, like physically.
Yeah, it was actually.
So
a
it
cage.
didn't even cover my head.
So you couldn't even. You didn't even have a view in your cage.
No, I saw half of a cubicle wall.
I mean, were you making that much money in your cage?
No. I mean, no. That's why I had to go online. I had to go find something and Google around.
Yeah, and he got started, and then you've made $2.5 million since when?
It's like 2011, I guess.
So 2011. Right now, it's 2017. Filming this video. This is 6 years, $2.5 million. That's like average $400,000, $500,000 a year.
Yeah.
Since you've joined the Lifestyle Society.
Yeah.
So why do you say to a person who's watching this right now, and they're like, you know, can I do this? Should I make a decision and join? I have a job. I'm busy. I've only got part-time hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can I really create the lifestyle?
Well, I mean, if you have a job, you were definitely taught by someone, and you followed some instructions, and you were basically told do it or get fired.
Yeah.
And I think if you take that same type of energy, do it for your own business or do it for yourself. I mean, just don't fire yourself. Just do what you need to do and make it happen.
Yeah. So if you're watching this video, my encouragement is just get started. Now I've got somebody else, a special guest over there, and I'm just surprising her, right? And this is one of my favorite people in the whole world, Tracy Walker.
Hey, how are you?
Right? She didn't have a chance to get ready for the video.
No.
But right?
Yeah.
How long you been in the Lifestyle Society?
Since it was created.
Since it was created, and you've made how much money here?
About $1.6 million.
$1.6 million, and had you made that much money before? Were you a millionaire when you came involved? Like, where were you at when you came involved?
I had made that, well, probably not 1.6 million, but I had made close to $1 million in my real estate investment company.
Okay, you have.
But the problem with that was it was a lot of work.
Right.
And I had to manage a lot of moving parts. Attorneys, realtors, buyers, sellers, title companies, mortgage companies, all types of different things to end up with $30,000 for a deal. And then I got started here, and I was able to start creating that without having to do all of that work, and I could do it from home.
Really? So you were able to create that from home.
Right.
You're here in Puerto Rico with us now.
Right.
What if somebody's watching this and you're like, I'm busy, I'm a mom, I don't have time, right?
Yeah.
I don't have
that's
technical
my life.
skills.
Hello, that's me. That's me. I'm a mom. I'm a single mom. My son is getting ready to be 3 in just a couple months. He's very busy. He's always with us.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that if I had to send him to daycare or just away because I was at work for 8 to 9 hours a day, it would literally crush my heart.
Yeah.
Because I love him. We're so connected. We're bonded so closely. And so I enjoy being able to be home with him and being able to bring him to lifestyle events and to experience different. He's been to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
He's here in Puerto Rico. He'll be traveling over to Asia in a little bit. So if I had to go somewhere to work, it wouldn't happen. And this particular, the way that we do things here allows me to be at home, be a mom, and do things within a time frame that still allows me to just not kill myself totally when he's running around crazy, but just enough to get enough sleep and still be able to run a business too.
That's incredible. So here we've got Tracy, we've got Lawrence, we've got Brian, and we have a lot more stories of members that have succeeded with Lifestyle Society. We have support for you. We have a community for you. We have the training. In fact, right after you get started, what you're going to expect next is you're going to go through our Lifestyle Acceleration training.
We are here for you. We aren't actors. We're real people, right? Who are getting real results. And you can't rent a yacht like this without charging people like we did, without fucking making a lot of money. We know what we're doing. We know how to teach you. This guy's making a ton of money. You got started on the internet, didn't you? Yeah. Right? You've done lots of things, but you made last year $250 million. Yeah, back $4 million, right? We got people all over here who are succeeding. And if you want success, that's all I've got to say. Whether you're a truck driver, whether you're doing something else, I love you, man. It's great to see you. Keep coming back. I love you. You got great energy. You got everything that it takes. You got everything that it takes.
And listen, not only that, listen, you can join another company, you can do whatever you want to do, right? There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a new deal, maybe 5 seconds after I say this, right? But the bottom line is when you work with people who are actually in the trenches, like David Wood doesn't have to do what he does if he didn't want to. But you can tell he's coming straight from the heart, and he knows you deserve it, and we know you deserve it, because you do. You know you deserve it as well. When you can actually have people that are down to earth, just real people just like that, Doug looking to learn and be the best he can be, stretching his vision because he knows he deserves it. That's the bottom line. Where else can you find that? There's not too many places you can find that except right here, right now. You're in the best place in your life that you need to be, and that's why you're watching it. So we'll see you on the other side.
More passion for people to see it in your eyes, and when they get around you, they can feel it. You don't even need to say anything. They can feel your energy. They can feel your energy. If you believe it's your time, I want you to tell me it's my time. Who's not sick? Who's not sick? If you're ready right now, I want you to get ready for this. I want you to make the sound that you're gonna make when you hit that intention. When you're up on the stage, when you're doing whatever it is that you can do. I want you to
which is unbelievable. And this is your very first event. We've been watching. Ever. So it must feel.
Oh, incredible. I don't even have words for it. It's almost surreal. It's happy surreal. Deliriously happy surreal. It's fabulous. It's great. And it hasn't even started yet. This is
a pre-registration. We're all getting energized just from the pre-registration, and we haven't even met what's going to happen by the time Sunday rolls around. So, and when you try to explain this to friends, it's really, really difficult.
Yeah.
How do you be here? You got to be here.
I meet Australian here. It's a global business. And then Portuguese. Vem ter conosco, serás bem-vindo. Adoro-te.
And muito obrigado.
Muito obrigada. My name of my team is Lazy Millionaire Leagues. Woo!
And Roy, Sylvia.
Yeah, Sylvia Fortunato.
Roy, is it Roy? R-I-I?
Rui Gabriel.
Yeah.
I'm Sylvia Fortunato.
Doing very, very good.
Yes,
very good.
Our Lisa.
Yes. So we're all one family.
All one family.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much.
I love you.
Thank you. And this is Tian. Oh yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. And this is my friend Tian again. We were just talking. So this is definitely very, very global. Australia,
Portugal.
Portugal.
Yeah, so,
It's like Poland. Nice.
yeah. Just talking about some of the intentions I have and also the breakaways, the takeaways that I had, breakthroughs this weekend. For me, and there's a lot of people that have had this kind of did have this kind of experience, I definitely am leaving a different person than I was when I arrived on Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
And they played in Denver a number of times.
Did they really?
Red Rocks.
Did you ever get to see them?
Yeah, I
That's
actually
awesome.
was a limo driver down in Hyatt, so you don't
Yeah.
know a lot about me.
Yeah.
And I saw him getting on the bus. You got to admit that Red Rocks is one of the best venues.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Have you
That's
been to Red
crazy.
Rocks?
ZZ Top at Red. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I love.
As
I
a
love
sound engineer, don't you think? You got to admit, Red Rocks has got to be, out of the whole planet, one of the best venues for rock.
100%. Yeah. I feel like Red Rocks is. It's just so unique. I think that's what makes it cool.
The view of and I, as a limo driver now, as a Lyft driver, I take people up all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, there's my bro.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
How you doing, man?
Good to see you, man.
He built, this guy is cool. I locked
Oh, yeah, he's
myself.
the best.
He's a cool dude. See, that's why I love living here. See,
Everyone's
anyway,
around.
bro, I appreciate you.
I appreciate
I
you,
was
man.
actually going over. Are you going to work?
I am. I was on break, so I only had like 3 minutes left.
Are you
But
gonna be in the back kitchen?
The timing of you coming
Yeah,
out
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm on break?
Synchronicity, bro.
It's perfect.
Are you gonna be in the back kitchen or the front?
Both. I'm working both today, so
Well,
I'll be
bro,
bouncing between both.
this was like 3 minutes of golden.
Amazing. It was amazing. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
No, bro, I
love
appreciate
seeing
you.
Doug. Good seeing you. Are you coming in today?
Yeah, I'm coming right now. I was literally going to the
really?
restaurant.
I'll see you in 3 minutes then.
Okay, 3 minutes.
See you, Doug.
That was a synchronistic moment. That's my bro. That was my bro. I was walking out my back door to Legal Pete's, and he's one of my favorite people here in Denver. Bloom, I got lots of videos. That was literally today. I'm on the edge of losing my apartment, but here's what we have to do is seize the moment. Doesn't look like there's anybody. I'm literally going in to Legal Pete's right now. So all of you in those, that's the BD Grill that closed. And this is where I live, folks. Sushi. I know we're going into Legal Pete's right now. We just talked to Bloom. My driving to Tokyo story has so many stories in it. I can't possibly tell it in 30 or 40 seconds. All I can do is, this has already been a minute, 30 seconds, is invite you to at least try to understand a few things. Number one, what is the story? If my driving to Tokyo story was a book, like Matthew McConaughey's book, he's Academy Award winning actor. Plus, he's recently, and the only reason I would know about this is a magical thing happened. See, I believe in synchronicity. I believe in a lot of different things. It's one of the reasons why my taxi cab company that I had, when I drove back and forth to the airport for 10 years and picked up thousands of people, I called it Express Connections. Some of the things you may not know that kind of would make up, not kind of, see, I got to be careful about the language I use. I can hear Tony say, what are you saying kind of for? It either is or it isn't. See, in Tony's world, there's no such thing as failure, only outcomes. In most people's mind, they're afraid to start because they're afraid to fail. Or they're afraid to get embarrassed, as Tony talks about, or they're afraid of what others think. In some cases, like mine, I had the belief that if you do what you love, the money will follow. Also, I believed, like Deepak Chopra and others have said, you can't put energy or put time and money and energy into something and it not work out. Well, I'm kind of testing that theory because, frankly, I have made just simple math. I've made 3 to 4 1-hour film collage documentaries where I'm talking to myself like this or holding my smartphone. This is a 1 terabyte phone. It's a $1,300 phone that I upgraded to when I was car camping in Encinitas, California. Why? It was a lot of money, but I had an upgrade. It's a $1,300 phone. And what was happening is, after going to Japan 5 times in 2 years, all my Japan trips, I only had a regular iPhone that had 127 gigabytes of storage. And the 5,000 people I picked up in Denver, not all of them, but I don't know the exact percentage, but often I would ask them some simple questions like these. This was sometimes on the way to take him to work or to a ball game or a Red Rocks or the airport. When I took him out to the airport, I knew I had about 30 minutes with him. And because of my previous experience with picking up people in both a taxi cab and ultimately airport specialist and in my own car service, even though that was in my 40s and now I'm 72, I took that experience because nothing happens by accident. And I thought it was very interesting that I'd go from picking up people in a taxi cab to shifting gears, as Matthew McConaughey would say in his book, Green Lights. It was all based on driving analogies. Why do you think he calls it green light? He uses green light, red light, yellow light. How do I know some of this? Well, I didn't know this until I went to Matthew's first collaborative event with Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. And of all the dates it could be broadcast through the whole way, well, do you know how many people would be at one of my events right now? If I can't even have more than 2 or 3 views or 300 subscribers after never working so hard on something, I guess I have to be humble enough and respectful enough to realize that Matthew McConaughey's Academy Award-winning actor. And also he's a best-selling author of Green Lights. And what I have found after attending his first event called The Art of Living, that happened to be on my dad's 90th birthday, called The Art of Living, and it was on my dad's 90th birthday, I was in my Mercantile Square loft when I saw about a 1 minute 47 second promotional video by Matthew, not for a movie. It was actually to talk about a free event. Now, I think it's interesting. Tony Robbins, who's been doing this stuff for 40-something years, and Dean Graziosi, who's been his partner for 26 years, and Matthew, who's Academy Award-winning actor, plus all the people that they personally mentored. I believe they've mentored something like over 80,000 people. One person in particular, his name's Trent Shelton. He was a former NFL player. Now, if you don't know much about NFL or football, a very small percentage of people even get drafted in the NFL. And then just to get drafted is a huge thing. But then to make a team, even if you're second or third string, just to make the team and be on the 55-man roster is huge. But the average NFL career is about 3.5 years. So what happened with Trent, his whole dream was to play for the NFL. And he did. But what would happen is his career ended. He had to do something. So he was one of many students of Dean's. Just like Dean was actually a student of Tony Robbins, and he did so well as a student. Now, this is way back 26 years ago when Tony was doing infomercials. Imagine how Dean felt. His family thought he was crazy, but somehow Tony spoke to him. And he went into the infomercial business and all this stuff. And he did so well as a student. Tony asked him to partner with him. Now, if I don't know if you know, Tony's mentor was Jim Rohn, who used to be associated with Mark Hughes of Herbalife. I saw Jim Rohn speak. If you go to YouTube and you type in Jim Rohn, you'll see a lot of stuff, even though he's not with us anymore. His legacy lives on. So anyway, the bottom line is, the day that the Day in the Office was on, I watched it from my Mercantile Square loft in downtown Denver.